Okay, so before we conclude the opening ceremony, we're just going to take a look at the schedule and the prompts for today, or for the event today and tomorrow. And so we'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors and partners at the Lawrence Hall of Science: Echo 3D, Feminist AI, Sphero, YFYI, Mission Neighborhood Health Center, Makey Makey, San Francisco Department of Youth and Their Families, Bay Area Teen Science, Balsamic, and Bling with the Youth Leadership Institute. So throughout the day, we already mentioned the panel sessions that we have. In addition, we also have hackathon workshops throughout the afternoon. Those range from website development to app prototyping and design to basics about Python, Twitter web scraping, artificial intelligence, augmented reality and virtual reality, and Dart and Flutter, which are other ways which you can program and create your own apps. Tomorrow we'll be offering a workshop on pitch development in the morning and give you time to work on your projects until 1 p.m., which is when we have our 3 judges introduce themselves, and then afterwards we will go into the judging rounds. These are the prompts that we have for the Civic Hackathon this year. So we would recommend that you create a project that's related to one of the 5 prompts that we have here, although we're welcoming to accept any project. And for creating your project, if you do top within the top few teams, you will be receiving Little Bits code kits, Making invention kits, Visa gift cards, and TeenTechSF stickers, t-shirts, and masks. So, yeah. Let us know if you have any questions about this event. But once again, we welcome you, and we hope you enjoy the event. Welcome to the Design Thinking Workshop. We're glad that a lot of you joined us back for this workshop, our very first workshop. And so this is going to be very short. It's not going to take up the entire 30 minutes, but for those of you who are unfamiliar with design thinking, it's basically this methodology to help you go from identifying a problem to creating an actual solution. And it's used by business leaders around the world, including by one of the speakers that we had 2 years ago, who works between the US and Japan in business. Okay, we can just skip this. Just add people who are in the waiting room.
What is design thinking? At its simplest, it's a way of using a designer's toolkit to find new ideas and discover innovative ways of solving problems. It's human-centric. By putting yourself in your customer's shoes like a designer would, you observe problems from the inside out rather than the outside in, allowing you to not only answer questions, but find the right questions to answer.
And so you might, okay. So the key concepts of design thinking is that it's about finding solutions to problems, being centered around the human experience, and observing problems from the inside out. And so here's the 5-step design thinking process to encompass all of that. First is you empathize. You think, what do people in your community feel are problems in their lives that need a solution? So we've already given you some prompts to work with to be able to come up with solutions for, but you can always look up statistics to find like how many people have like lost their job due to COVID, how many more statistics to back up, or you can find more statistics to really find what you need to create, probably more specific than how many people lost their jobs. So like how many people um, are in this condition due to a lack of accessibility to COVID resources or something like that. And also you could just ask your friends or your family or other people you know, um, like, what do you feel is a problem that you face due to this or that? In order to find out what people other than yourself are also facing in order to create the best solution that can serve the most people if it were released into the world. Um, and when you're giving your pitch, when you're presenting in front of judges, it is useful to it can be useful to include statistics. You can say, we interviewed or we talked to 5 people and they all told me this, and that this is a problem they're facing. Or did you know that over 20% or over 80% of people think this? And being able to empathize and see what people really want can help to back up why you've created what you've created. So after you've empathized with them and you've talked to them about the problems that they're facing, that other people are facing, you can go ahead and define the problem that community is facing. It's likely that more than one problem where you can create a tech solution will come up. And so that's why it's after that, you can just brainstorm a whole bunch of ideas for what to create. And then if you don't limit your options at the beginning, you might be able to come up with more ideas that are more original or unique. Um, then after that, of course, is prototyping. Um, so engineering is in like coding or building. Um, Someone's in the waiting room. So for prototyping, we have a bunch of workshops on web design and app development, Twitter web scraping, um, and game design, other programming based workshops, which can help you with this. But after you come up with your idea and figure out what to do, then it's time to obviously create a prototype. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time. If you're new and you're concerned that, oh, like I've never built an app or I've never built a website before, I don't feel confident doing this. You don't have to, like, when a lot of developers create apps for the first time, they just create a very basic prototype before they move on and create something that's more complex. Um, and one second. And then afterwards, of course, after you create the prototype, you would test out the app or the website or the video game or whatever platform that you're creating. Um, and so that's basically a guide that maybe you could follow to help create your tech solution today and tomorrow. And so we can share these slides with you if they're useful. But basically, if you were to look at any slide, it'd probably be this one. Here's the 5-step process. You probably want to think about how will you solve the problems and alleviate the concerns that are mentioned in the hack prompts, and then use this process to guide you. Um, so all these slides are the same, basically. And so that's basically it for the explanation of what design thinking is. Most of our other workshops are more interactive and let you code or build like a website or an app, even if you don't have any experience before. So final notes, if you have any tech issues, if you're not sure how to build something, you can always ask a tech mentor. There is a role on the Discord server that says tech mentor. And so you can always ping a tech mentor and we will come and help you. Um, if you're looking to know more about our organization itself, or if you'd like to join our leadership team to help organize events like these and help provide equal access to tech for all teams, you can always visit our website or click on that um, Google form link in the chat, or the bit.ly link, which leads to a Google form. Cool. So that concludes this workshop. Let us know if you have any questions. If you want, you can also share some of the ideas that you have for the projects you're hoping to create, and we can help you brainstorm if you want.